Hi dear Cancers, Happy New Year and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the transits for the year 2024. This year is interesting, first of all because of the Pluto. I'm sure you guys have heard about this a lot, but Pluto is going to enter Aquarius this year for good, for 20 years, okay? And then we also have Jupiter changing signs as well. It's going to leave Taurus and enter Gemini. And this is another important shift because along with Pluto, Jupiter will be leaving an earth sign and entering an air sign. And this means that the energy is going to feel so much lighter in 2024 because right now we are buried under earthy energies, like with too much material concerns. Yes, we have like Jupiter in Taurus right now, Uranus in Taurus, Pluto in Capricorn, um, Mars is gonna be in Capricorn soon. Yeah, so like lots of earthy energy. It's very heavy. It's been very heavy, but thankfully in 2024, two planets are gonna leave Earth signs and switch to air signs. And the good thing is Pluto is generational, so we are going to feel this on a collective level. Yeah, and that's great. So we're gonna switch from like pessimistic, materialistic thinking into more like open kind of thinking because air is light, it's weightless almost, and air rules intellect. So we're gonna start using our brains more than like I don't know, our hands more, I guess, because earth sign realism, doing things in the physical world, while air is thinking, lots of thinking, so it's scientific thinking, abstract thinking, analytical thinking, objective thinking. Did I mention scientific thinking? Yeah, so that kind of thinking, all types of thinking, communication, those things will be more prominent, and I think that's exciting. It will be easier to find the right words to express things. Maybe that will help us to finally understand each other. Yeah, right now the world does need a bit of understanding. And look at the world right now, people fighting over land. Land, this is Earth's element. Earth element energy dominated the world. But thankfully, next year, in 2024, um, we will be more detached from all those earthy matters. We will be more detached, objective, and thus think clearly. Yes, and I think that's great. And generally, though, dear Cancers, for you this year is very much about career. Why? Because North Node is in your 10th house all year, and the eclipses will be happening in your 10th house and 4th house. So, and I kind of like paid attention to my acquaintances who are Cancers, and I noticed that yes, a lot of them have already felt a big boost in their careers. Yeah, so then thanks to the eclipses, because you guys have already had a couple of eclipses in 2023 in your 10th house in Aries. And in 2024, that trend will continue. So, dear Cancers, if you are hoping to get that dream job, if you are hoping to get that project promotion, go ahead and do it, okay? Because you have all the support from the planets. This year is about career, 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 career. I know Cancers, you guys are not the most ambitious sign. I mean, you guys are, but like not as hungrily as Capricorns, let's say. Cancers, for you, it's mostly about family, home, having like a place to call home. Okay, like it's about nurturing for you guys. And you will be ambitious if it helps you to achieve those things. Yeah, then you are ambitious. But the thing is, this year you will act more like a Capricorn than a Cancer because you will be really much focused on career stuff. Yeah, it doesn't mean you will neglect your home, your family. Nope, it's just this year you will be focused on career, and your partner Capricorn will be doing the housework, like home stuff. because for them this year career is not on their it's not their strength this year. Yeah, so Cancers, without feeling guilty, pursue your ambitions in 2024. um, so what else? um, we have an interesting conjunction in your 10th house this year. Chiron and North Node are gonna be conjunct in Aries on the 16th degree of Aries on February 19th, 2024. You might be thinking, well, what on earth does that mean for me, right? So Chiron is a wounded healer. North Node is very much about destiny and karma. So when you connect these two, it's like healing some generational patterns, healing some opportunity to change karma. Like, yeah, you might say, oh, like that's too broad of a term, right? Like expression. Well, think of it this way: we live our lives, daily lives, in the same way we think, right? We like to think, oh, every day the same. But when you look back, a lot has changed, right? Without you changed without even realizing. Some certain habits, some certain small things, like the way you did things, certain habits, yeah, they change. So this aspect, I feel like, is one of such aspects. It will trigger some change within you without even you realizing it. Like maybe something will trigger you to reconsider the way, you behave or something. Time will show. But generally, Chiron and North Node conjunction is considered auspicious. It's a good aspect. It doesn't happen very often. I can't think of the last time it was conjunct in Aries in your 10th house. So speaking of the 10th house, yeah, this conjunction is happening in your career house. So maybe some sort of like healing regarding your social status, or some healing regarding your work. Okay, time will show. Try to pay attention. Maybe you will notice some things. And then we have another interesting conjunction, and that is Jupiter and Uranus. Yes, they're going to be conjunct in Taurus in late April. And for you, dear Cancers, this is your 11th house. So I feel like there's gonna be some sort of like surprise coming from your friends. I don't know. Maybe your friend will experience some sudden windfall. Maybe they win some lottery and now they're gonna take you on a vacation with them. Or I mean, that's an absurd example, but like you get the idea. Maybe like some sort of blessing through friends, because it's in your 11th house, like-minded people. Actually, it might even be the internet. Yeah, because the 11th house is the internet. It's not only just friends, it's also networking, like-minded people, organizations like non-profits and stuff, internet. Yeah, because you find like-minded people on the internet, right? Yeah, so those things, an element of surprising blessing. Because Uranus is very much surprises, Jupiter is blessings, and when you connect these two, and with Uranus, it's hard to predict. Expect the unexpected, but in a good way, because Jupiter wouldn't allow for something bad to happen. Okay, so that's exciting, dear Cancers, in your 11th house. So I don't think I talked about the Pluto in Aquarius enough. I did mention that it's going to enter Aquarius this year, but for you, dear Cancers, this will be your 8th house. For the past 15 years, you guys have had Pluto in your house of relationships. Dear Cancers, that must have been exhausting to feel that Pluto energy coming directly at you from the 7th house. Yeah, like lots of deep transformative experiences in your relationships in the past 15 years. Deep transformations, like intense feelings, like extremes of feelings. You guys have been through all of that. Yeah, like I'm trying to imagine it. I don't have Cancer placement, like a rising sign or sun, but like I'm trying to imagine it. That must have been tough, dear Cancers. And the good news is that this year it's finally gonna be over. It's gonna enter your eighth house, and your relationships will finally enjoy some peace, much needed peace. Yeah. And the good thing about Pluto is that it tends to like bother you. I mean, let its presence known only when it's making an exact aspect to your planets. Okay, so let's say your sun is on the 20th degree of Cancer, then Pluto affected you only when it was on the 20th degree of Capricorn. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't all too bad in those 15 years, only during the years when it touched your Cancer planet. And if you have a lot of Cancer planets, then oh boy, like you guys must be almost like traumatized from the Pluto transit. Yeah, so anyway, it's gonna enter your eighth house. It's gonna transform your shared resources now. Yep, transforming shared resources. Your partner's money is gonna be transformed as well because it's the second house from your partner's money. Um, but the energy will build slowly. It's not like you're gonna feel it right away. Um, you might even have to wait until it like touches certain planets in your eighth house or second house until you feel the effect of it. Um, what else? Jupiter, when it enters Gemini, it's gonna enter your 12th house. Uh, since May 2023, Jupiter has been in your 11th house, expanding your friendships. Yeah, expanding friendships. Like-minded people, helping you meet like-minded people, having fun with friends. Yeah, that must have been the general theme in Jupiter Taurus transit. But when it enters Gemini, it's gonna be in your 12th house. 12th house is like the very isolated house. It's the last house in our charts. It's very hard for us to like understand it because it's like very foggy. But it's good for spirituality because you cannot see things clearly. You rely on your intuition. You develop this sense of intuition in there. And when Jupiter is transiting your 12th house, it tends to act like a guardian angel. Yep, dear Cancers. So use that transit to like rest, recharge your batteries, explore spiritual topics, explore your spiritual side during this transit. And then when Jupiter enters your sign in 2025, you will be ready to like shine and accept all the blessings of Jupiter. Yep. And so the thing is, Jupiter will be making good aspects this year in 2024, especially that trine with Pluto. It's a really, really good trine. It's a good aspect to have. But Jupiter will also make an aspect that's gonna feel like a scratch on the record, so to speak. And that one is Jupiter square Saturn on August 19th and December 24th because of retrograde. And imagine it like this way. So Jupiter is marching happily, and then Saturn is like, no, and just throws an obstacle on the way of Jupiter. Why? Well, because why are you walking so happily? Why aren't you working? So that's the attitude that Saturn seems to portray. But you never know. That roadblock that Saturn is gonna throw, it will slow you down. Like it will slow down everybody. But who knows? Maybe in the long run, that slowing down was actually for good. Time will show. So don't get too frustrated if some things feel like I don't know, going slower than you intended. Okay, especially like in the second half of the year. The first half is just smooth sailing. Now let's talk about the Mercury retrogrades. This year, Mercury retrogrades are going to happen in fire signs. The thing about Mercury retrograde is that it tends to happen in a certain element. Last year it was in earth signs. This year it's going to be in fire signs. I mean, I'm gonna make more detailed like horoscopes in monthly horoscopes. For now, I'm just gonna generally tell you the dates. So Mars is gonna, not Mars, Mercury is gonna retrograde in Aries from April 1st until April 25th, 2024. So April is like a retrograde month. Next, Mercury is gonna start retrograding in Virgo and then finish retrograding in Leo from August 4th until August 28th. And finally, Mercury is going to retrograde in Sagittarius from November 25th until December 15th. So those are the three Mercury Gemini and Mercury retrograde dates. Next, this year, thankfully, we don't have Venus retrograde. So our finances and love life are going to be fine. No disruptions in that area. But Mars is going to go retrograde. But thankfully, at the very end of the year, on December 6th, Mars is going to start retrograding in Leo, and it's going to stop retrograding in Cancer on February 23rd, 2025. So, yeah. You know, when Mars is retrograde, our energy levels go down. Everybody seems to be like impatient, irritable, much more irritable than usual. And Mars retrograde times are not a good time to start an argument or a lawsuit because you are likely to lose. Okay, so dear Cancers, I'm gonna make a separate video for this when we get closer to that. And now, finally, let's talk about the eclipses. So this year we have 4 eclipses. 3 of them are gonna be in Aries Libra axis, and 1 is gonna be in Pisces. We're going to have the first eclipse in Pisces this year. So, on March 25th, 2024, we're going to have the lunar eclipse on the 5th degree of Libra. Cancer, so this is your 4th house. So, some home-related matter. The sun will be shining in your career house. The moon will be in your 4th house. So, maybe late March will be the time when you complete your lease and move. Like in April you might move because the lunar eclipse, the moon in your 4th house, that's like double indication for moving. And maybe this will be like the time when you get a new job offer in some other state or in some other country, and now you have to move because of that job, right? Because of that work opportunity. This is another possible interpretation. Or if you have been working in remodeling your house or fixing some things in your house, then in like late March you're gonna complete it because full moon is completion. Yeah, so you will see some home related matter, family related matter, emotional foundations, the people you live with, those things will be prominent for you at the end of March in 2024. And then 2 weeks after that lunar eclipse, we have a solar eclipse on April 8th on the 19th degree of Aries. This one, dear Cancers, is going to be in your career house. Like, so something new in your career. Maybe some new project, maybe some new promotion, maybe, I don't know, a new boss, I don't know, maybe you will be given a new team or something. And then on September 18th, we're going to have a lunar eclipse on the 25th degree of Pisces. And dear Cancers, this is your house of travel. So Cancers, you might travel to a really nice place in 2024. Yeah, so even if you don't in 2024, you will likely do so in 2025. So start saving money for that dream trip. This 9th house eclipse tends to do that. Like, I've noticed that a lot in people. Like, when they have eclipses in their 9th house, they travel somewhere, like really, really far away. Yeah, so that should be exciting, dear Cancers. Create that vision board, like plan that trip and start saving money. And then on October 3rd, 2024, we have a solar eclipse in Libra on the 10th degree of Libra. So again, your home, the place you live at, the people you live with, your family, your mom. Okay, so that area of your life is gonna receive an eclipse. So maybe some new beginning in your home life. Maybe you will buy a new house, maybe you will get a new roommate, or maybe you will move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Something major, or maybe something major happening in your mother's life. Yeah, that could be too. So this is it, dear Cancers. Other than that, like Neptune is gonna be in Pisces all year until January 26, 2026. Uranus is gonna be in Taurus until April 27th, 2026. So as you can see, those two planets are gonna be in the signs they are in now for 2 more years. But thankfully, we have that Pluto in Aquarius and Jupiter in Gemini soon, and that is exciting. So dear Cancers, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe, and I wish you guys a wonderful, successful, unforgettable 2024. Thank you for watching.